I was standing at a convenience store at 3 AM, staring into the fluorescent abyss of the refrigerator section. I was buying a bottle of water and sandwich that looked chemically stable but nutritionally void. The total came up to be exactly $7.77. The cashier looked at me and said, "Today's your lucky day." I looked at him, and then I looked at my sad, vacuum-sealed sandwich, and I realized that luck is just a marketing term for random chaos that hasn't killed you yet. Naturally, the universe decided to double down on that bit because when I got home, this was waiting on my desk. The 7Hz Elua Ultra. It costs $30 US. That is the price of a lucky convenience store run or a taxi ride to a job you hate. It's affordable, it's impulsive, and it's the latest attempt by the audio industry to convince us that happiness can be purchased in a cardboard box. Let's see if my luck holds out. Opening this box is an experience devoid of dopamine. It's cardboard, it has a render of the product, it has text that was definitely written by a committee of people who have never smiled. They included a choking hazard warning in 6 languages, which is touching. It's nice to know while the atmosphere is slowly boiling us alive, 7Hz is worried about my trachea. Inside we have the IEM, a cable and ear tips that are aggressively colourful. They look like they were designed by a children's television host who is secretly screaming on the inside. The only benefit here is that when I inevitably drop one into the dark abyss between my desk and the wall, its neon desperation will make it easy to find. The build quality is adequate. They call it resin, I call it plastic that went to private school. It has a smoky black shell and a gold faceplate that tries very hard to look luxurious, like a budget hotel lobby with a chandelier made from glass shards. Inside, 2 dynamic drivers, 10mm and 8mm working together in a cramped apartment. The cable is copper, PVC insulated and terminated to a 3.5mm jack. It feels fragile, kinda like my ego on a Monday. You will treat it gently, not because you love it, but because you don't want to deal with the hassle of replacing it. But you're not here for the cardboard. You are here to see if this thing can silence the internal monologue that keeps reminding you of every awkward thing you said back in 2017. The tuning is a V-shape, it leans towards the Harman curve, which is the audio equivalent of a beige sweater. Pretty safe, generally acceptable, and unlikely to offend anybody at the dinner party. It does benefit from power if you plug it into something with a bit more voltage. The sound wakes up, it straightens the tie, and it stops mumbling. The bass is the protagonist of this story. Sub-bass digs deep, rumblings with weight of a heavy truck passing your window at 3 AM while you stare at the ceiling wondering at all that went wrong. Its texture, it's not that muddy, suffocatingly warmth that you usually get for like $30. It's a solid thump. It hits you with the kind of impact that makes you briefly forget you have to pay taxes. That sucks. It's not for analysing the music, it's for letting the rhythm grab you by the collar and drag you down the street. The mid-range is polite, it stands in the back of the room at the party, holding a drink it doesn't want, watching the bass and treble dance on the table. It's recessed but not absent. Vocals have enough body to convince you that the singer is a real person with real problems. Female vocals cut through the mix without screaming at you, which is a nice change of pace from the rest of the world. Male vocals are relaxed. It's a safe tuning, the same coffee order you get every day because the concept of surprise is too exhausting to handle before noon. The treble has a bit of sparkle, a slight metallic sheen. It avoids the brittle, piercing brightness that usually makes budget audio gear sound like an ice pick to the eardrum. It's energetic but civilized. It's the rare kind of high-end that doesn't feel like it's punishing you for having hearing. And next up, some comparisons. We have to talk about the family trauma. The original Elua was a lot. It was the loud relative who drinks too much at the reunion and starts listing their conspiracy theories. The bass was bloated, the treble was sharp. The Elua Ultra is the apology. It's the same person, but after they have started therapy and switched to herbal tea. It's more refined. If you have to choose, get the Ultra is the version that has learned to use its inside voice. And then there is the Kefine Clean SV. It costs $50. A $20 difference is either negligible or a fortune depending on how close we are to payday. The Clean SV is the responsible choice. It is articulate, it cares about the mid-range, it wants you to hear the texture of the singer's regret. It has interchangeable nozzles, which is a feature you will use exactly once before losing the part in a drawer full of cables you are afraid to throw away. The Elua Ultra doesn't care about being correct. It's the friend who texts you at 3 AM with a link to a song that is just bass and anxiety. It hits hard, it is more visceral. So the choice is yours. Do you want the correct polite sound, or do you want to save $20 and let the bass do mild violence to your mood? I think we both know I rarely choose the responsible option. Oh, one thing before I forget, Soundstage is intimate. It's not a concert hall. It's a small, smoky jazz club where the air conditioning is broken and everybody is sitting a little too close together. You can hear the instruments. You can hear where the instruments are even if you can't really figure out where your life is going. For $30, it is hard to complain, and I love complaining. It's my primary love language. And I kept it a B+. It's fun, it's punchy, and it kept me company while I listened to sad pop music for 4 hours, staring at a blank wall thinking about nothing, which is frankly the best case scenario for any product. My only gripe is that it doesn't come with a pouch, so these will have to go into my bag to live in a chaotic ecosystem of receipts, loose change, and crumbs. A pouch wouldn't stop the atrophy of the universe, but it would have slowed it down by quite a bit. And apparently for $30, you don't deserve that luxury. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna eat my sandwich now. It probably sucks, but hey, today's my lucky day.
Bro, are we like okay?
Yeah, okay, bye.